Picture your dream home. Perhaps a sleek modern masterpiece with cutting-edge technology, or an antique cottage ripe with Victorian charm. Maybe a little private nook in the woods, or a top-tier penthouse apartment in the middle of a lively metropolis. Imagine having everything you've ever dreamed of, with only one caveat: it's haunted. Would you leave it all behind, or attempt to cohabitate with ghosts? I'm DreyOfTheDead, and it's time to feed your head. So, 32-year-old millionaire Anwar Rashid made his fortune in nursing homes and hotels in Dubai. And in January of 2007, he decided to move his family to the UK. He purchased a $3.6 million mansion in Nottingham known as Clifton Hall. It seemed like a dream house for Rashid, his wife Nabila, and their 4 children. So, what caused the family to flee the estate in just a mere matter of months? Clifton Hall's history dates back to at least the 11th century. Built on the village of Clifton, it was first designed to be a fortified tower house. The estate was purchased by the Cliftons in the 13th century and housed their family for over 700 years. But it wasn't until 1953 that Lieutenant Colonel Peter Thomas Clifton sold off the hall and all the remaining land. From 1958 to 1976, the hall became a grammar school for girls, and in the early 2000s it became part of Nottingham Trent University for a short time, and then into luxury apartments. At the time Rashid purchased the home, it boasted 17 bedrooms, a gym, a movie theater, 10 reception rooms, and 10 bathrooms. Rashid intended to rent parts of the hall out for wedding ceremonies, conferences, and other events, but was ultimately denied permission by the city council. Prior to moving in, Rashid was warned of the mansion's other inhabitants. It's haunted, people would say, but Rashid paid no mind to this. He didn't believe in hauntings. But Clifton Hall's ghostly reputation dated back at least to its days as a school in the 1970s. One of the most well-known tales told of a bricked-up doorway. As legend had it, a maid had grabbed a baby before jumping from a third-story window, killing them both. This was said to be a case of revenge upon the lord of the manor, with whom she was having an affair, and that the cries of a baby were often heard coming from inside the sealed-off room. Other stories told of doppelgangers who took on the likeness of students at the school, sometimes causing them to run into, well, themselves while walking through the halls. The secret tunnels beneath the manor were alleged to play a role in black magic rituals, as well as the stable, which was rumored to contain a circle drawn in animal blood and still lingered with the smell of burnt herbs. Despite Rashid's disbelief in the paranormal, it seemed to take almost no time at all for the manor's otherworldly guests to reveal themselves. The first incident took place the night the family moved in, when they heard a knocking on the wall. This was followed shortly by a voice crying out,
"Hello, is anyone there?"
Though they attempted to ignore it, the knocking and voice continued until Rashid went to investigate the sounds, but could not locate its source. All the doors and windows were still locked. The family wrote off the incident until a random morning when Nabila woke up at 5 a.m. to prepare milk for their baby. As she descended the stairs, she noticed their eldest daughter watching TV. Nabila spoke to the girl, but received no response. She called her name, and still no response. Sensing something was amiss, she went back upstairs to her daughter's room, only to find the girl fast asleep in her bed. As months went on, the strange occurrences grew bolder and more frequent. Dark shapes were seen around the house, and the cry of a baby was heard. Sometimes it was other voices. Soon the family's friends would refuse to even step foot into the house. Rashid could no longer ignore the warnings he'd received prior to moving in. He was living them. He decided that it was finally time to reach out for help. The family contacted the Ashfield Paranormal Investigation Team, who confirmed the haunting but were unable to purge the spirits from the home. As their leader recalls, Clifton Hall is the only place where I've ever really been scared, even in the light. It's just got an eerie feeling about it. Still, the family tried to make it work until August of 2007, when they discovered what looked like blood spatter throughout the house and eventually on the blanket of their 18-month-old son. For Rashid, this was the final straw. After only 8 months, the family instantly packed up and fled from the home. They defaulted on their loan, and the bank reclaimed the property. Some skeptics believe that Rashid's claims of a haunting were fabricated in order to avoid financial responsibility for the home, especially in the light of his thwarted plans to rent it out for events. But Darren Brooks, manager for the security firm that once guarded the mansion, supported Rashid's claims. Many guards refused to even be assigned to the home, and those who did work there returned saying they'd seen a monk walking through the grounds, chairs moving on their own, and even a woman falling over in the nearby graveyard. Many rumors also allude to a woman in white jumping to her death from one of the windows of the mansion. Rashid and his family now live in the Walleton area of Nottingham, where the memory of those 8 months still weighs heavy on his mind. He compares the experience to the movie The Others, feeling both unwelcomed and helplessly unable to fight what he could not see. He maintains that any future owners should be aware of the history of Clifton Hall and the unexpected residents that come with the property. If you enjoyed this strange but true tale, be sure to subscribe and check out previous episodes. We put out new videos every other Friday. If you enjoy blooper reels and behind-the-scenes footage, you may want to become a patron, because there's some pretty awesome shit over there. These are just a few of the patrons who make these videos possible. I so hope that you enjoyed this episode. Next episode will be our 1-year anniversary. I am super jazzed. I can't thank you enough. Some of you have been with me since day one, and I only hope it grows from here. I really do. I could not have done this without you, and I do it because you keep watching, so so please keep watching, and I'll just keep making these. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Be well, and stay strange.